So first we have the Taft High School team. Taft, come on up.
First, we'd like to share with you a video.
That one's not. Then we'll know all four sides. The dog is going to help you guys measure this man into a lake or a river. What happens is when
this board is getting brown.
I think it's beneficial when kids get a chance to really get in the dirt and start digging, and they also get the exposure to other teachers, young teachers like yourself, that show them how to do things differently than maybe I would show them how to do things. It was a very positive experience. The kids really enjoyed it quite a bit, and it was great.
we're going to be planting beans and carrots. Yeah.
And a corn.
Alright, so after 4 and 4. Okay, does anyone know what the addition is? Yes.
Like typo to frog, it's cycle. Like a life cycle of a frog, life cycle of a rain.
It's beneficial for me to watch the way other people dialogue with my children and the way they respond, to see if what I've taught them can be related to other things besides just a book and pencil and or the classroom environment.
It's really nice for my kids to get out of the classroom and do hands-on experiences like this project is talking about. Everything's hands-on, and the students from Taft will be teaching my students different math and science lessons to go along with the projects that they're doing in the garden.
It's fun and we get to bring our hands around. We get to show them. Yeah, they like plants to see. We get to play. Sing and spread and sprout.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Hannah.
I'm Jessica.
I'm Michelle.
I'm Brianna.
I'm Jenny. I'm Raquela. I'm Sabrina.
And I'm Josh. We are the Transcendentalists.
We are here to share with you the response that we have created to answer Dean Kamen's challenge of fostering a passion for STEAM in our youth. Our team name is the Taft Transcendentalists. Initially, it was just our team name, but it ended up shaping our ideals and outlook.
A transcendentalist is someone who transgresses the norms of society, and we model ourselves after well-known educator and transcendentalist John Dewey. Dewey's philosophy centered around a child's individual strengths and interests. He believed the best way for a child to learn was to actually go out in the fields and get their hands dirty as opposed to a traditional classroom setting.
Our solution to this challenge incorporates lessons involving all elements of STEAM: science, technology, engineering, art, and math, in the creation of organic vegetable gardens in elementary schools across the Los Angeles Unified School District.
We tilted our project's focus to elementary school-aged children. We chose this age group because young children are impressionable, curious, and enthusiastic about learning. It is unique that we as students have the opportunity to fill the roles of educators. We believe that children are receptive to the change of pace that our team of younger, more relatable instructors brings to their school day.
Thus, we created an organization entitled Spreading Sprouts to execute the project. We began planning in order to assist the children in the cultivation of their own vegetable gardens. We had to come up with detailed lesson plans in accordance with the California state standards for each grade level for each subject that we wanted to teach.
Using kindergarten as an example, in the math lesson, we would write out on a whiteboard the name of each seed to be planted and set up an addition problem to count the total number of seeds. After that, we would set up a visual representation of the garden, divided into the same number of sections as plants. The children themselves would get to place the piece of string in the garden to separate it.
For the science lesson, we decided to make posters to teach the kids about the basic anatomy of a plant and the water cycle. Then, through the science of botany, we actually taught the kids how to plant in the garden. We had them read the instructions on the back of a seed packet, dig a small hole in the dirt, place the seeds inside, and cover it up with a spade. The excitement on each child's face after they had their turn to plant was truly radiant and heartwarming.
In the art lesson, we created different activities for the students to do. In one of the activities, the student will draw their favorite fruit or vegetable on a piece of paper and attach it to a popsicle stick. They can be used to mark the different sections of the garden. The students then draw a pattern of garden poster to warn all the students to be careful around the newly planted garden. We also put together pockets for the students to take home, complete with directions on building their own garden, nutritional values of each vegetable planted, and fun recipes.
Now that we had our curriculum all set up and ready to go, it was time to put our plans into motion. And as it just so happened, our first school is Porter Ranch Community. However, once we arrived there, we saw the amount of manual labor that still needed to be done. We actually had to dig up the grass ourselves and build our own 3 planter boxes before we could bring out the kids for the lessons. They had so much fun, though, they didn't even realize they were actually learning.
After going to our first school, Porter Ranch Community, we decided to split up into 2 groups of 4, and each went to 2 schools. Over the course of 2 weeks, we managed to complete all 5 schools, and each one was unique in its own way with various demographics.
Wilbur Avenue Elementary School was located in Tarzana, and we worked with a class of 3rd graders. Our second school was called Montague Charter Elementary School, located across the San Fernando Valley in Pacoima. This school was particularly unique in that we worked alongside a class of 100 kindergartners, most of whom spoke English as their second language. Even so, we made sure that each child was able to take part in the activities and plant something.
Then came Serenia Avenue Elementary School in Woodland Hills, where we worked with 3 classes of 2nd graders. This school was especially interesting for me because the students had somehow become attached to me, both literally and figuratively. They came up with the ever so creative nickname Joshy, and each gave me a hug before we left.
Our last school was Cienega Elementary, located in Los Angeles. This school was unique because it lacked an irrigation system. Accommodating this required combining the concepts of engineering and recycling as the children designed their own watering cans from plastic bottles. And now we'd like to show you our progress after these 5 visits. Cue the video, please.
Is a solution that they've come up with.
We are far from done with our goals of the project. As you saw, we have put together a club at our school to continue spreading our sprouts for years to come. We have already selected 30 students who were trained in the last month of school to be consultants of our club in the next year. We brought 15 of these students to observe our work at our latest school, Nessel Avenue Elementary School, located in Tarzana. These students are now familiar with our routine procedure and are prepared to mimic the positions we have created in the club. We plan to repeat this training process in the next year to continue expanding the club.
We also plan to move our program to other school districts. We've come into contact with a member of the Board of Education of Hawthorne School District who has indicated his interest. Once we build a garden, it becomes a child of our program. We have checked back in with all 5 schools to ensure their progress and to make sure that there's a summer camp or program available to keep the garden alive over the hot Los Angeles summer months. We also have a Facebook, Tumblr, and Twitter page that you guys can like and follow us on to expand our reach to people we otherwise wouldn't be able to come into contact with.
Overall, this has been an incredible experience for our team. We are amazed at the support we have received from the schools we have visited and from all of you, and the enthusiasm exhibited by the students we have reached.
Most importantly, we'd like to thank the Aspen Institute and the Bezos Family Foundation for making this possible. They have provided us the resources and inspiration in order for this organization to blossom into one that we are truly proud of.
And before we go, we'd like to leave you with a quote from Ralph Waldo Emerson, the original Transcendentalist. "To laugh often and much, to win the respect of intelligent people and the affection of children, to leave the world a better place, to know that even one life has breathed easier because you have lived, this is to have succeeded." Thank you very much.